What is the difference between training environment and training climate? Is that the question you have it in your mind? Let me help you out with the answer. I'm Aparna and I build trainers. To deliver effective training program or to get the best results out of your training program, training environment as well as training climate, both the things are important. Yes, however, there is a difference between these two concepts. Let me explain you. Training environment is the environment which you create on the delivery of the training day. That means, suppose you have a training day, say on 19th July. On that day, how is your training hall set up? How is the sitting arrangement? Is it in cluster? Is it in U shape? Is it a classroom kind of a setup? Or whether the AC is working or not, whether the projector is working or not, whether the mic arrangements have done properly or not. Very important, how is the food? Most of the participants come to attend the training program for a good food. These all things makes a huge difference in creating the training environment. Let me also give you some examples of online training environment. That is, how's your background setup? Another thing is this, whether your mic is working properly or not. How is your screen presence? How is your network? These all things add a lot to create the training environment because it adds to the learning experience. And to learn effectively, we need to create that environment. However, it is temporary. Now, for example, think you are a trainer, you deliver the training program on that day powerfully, people were happy, you got a great feedback. However, the real taste of training program is what are the results? Are the participants are able to apply the knowledge and tools which you have shared on the job? Sometimes what happens that once you deliver the training program, next day they go back to their regular jobs and they forget. Hence, having a training climate is important. Now, what is training climate? Training climate has got 3 different areas. First is a job support. What do I mean by job support? Job support means after conducting insightful, engaging training programs, participants are ready. They are looking forward to apply that training program or the tools which they have learned to the job. However, their job is different. In one of my training programs, this happened for the leadership. There were 25 participants and 3 participants were not leaders. They were on individual contributor level. So once they went back to the job, they always had that thing in mind. Where should I use? Where should I use? Where should I use? And then they lost the interest in applying that knowledge to the job because there was no scope. So that is called job support. Second important thing is this, managerial support. Now, what do I mean by managerial support? For example, I delivered wonderful training program on POSH, right? And people started changing their language. Now, what happened? This particular participant pointed out to the manager that, sir, this is the wrong language. We should not use it. And the manager replied, hello, whatever you have learned in the training hall, let it be there. ट्रेनिंग हॉल में जो सीखते हैं वो ऑफिस में काम नहीं आता है. Think about it. Now let me tell you the another scenario. I conducted the training program on effective, feedback mechanism. And this particular, one of the participants went to the manager and said, I have learned how to give effective feedback and today I am going to use it for my team members. And manager replied, wow, how wonderful is that? Please apply it and let me know, did it work or not? I'm very curious to know what are your learnings. Managerial support. Encouraging participants to apply knowledge, tools, whatever they have learned during training program. Managers need to encourage them to apply, motivate them to apply, so that enthusiasm is there. There can be another scenario that participants attend the training program, however they are not interested to apply. That is where also managers plays a major role. That is, you have learned certain things in your emotional intelligence training program. What is it that you are going to apply? Ask these questions to the participants and it makes a huge difference. So it's very important what happens post-training program. So that is management or managerial support. Third very important part in training climate is structural support. Now what do we mean by structural support? That means, do you have any system to check, evaluate or measure the efforts or learning which participants are applying in their jobs? And if you get to see that, for example, there is one participant is applying, recognize, appreciate. Once you appreciate, it gives a big message to other people that training is important. Not only attending the training, but also the application of training. So, training environment is temporary. Training climate is a long term. Training environment is in the hands of trainer. Creating the right training climate is in the hands of company management. When these two things come together, certainly the training program becomes effective, not only on the day of training, but also you get desired results. Hope you found this particular video useful. If you have any doubts regarding training, please put it in the comment box. Reach me on my personal message. I would love to address your doubts because I'm the one who conduct Train the Trainer program. Thank you so much.